They wish to help us.
Hello agents, I'm Susanna Moyer and this is the INGRESS Report. Last week, Strategic Explorations, a subsidiary of Hulong Trans Global with expertise in handling chaotic matter, a highly dangerous form of exotic matter, somehow managed to inject new code into the INGRESS Scanner app, creating a store where agents can purchase chaotic matter constructs. Agents can convert chaotic matter units, or CMU, into a variety of constructs, including the key locker, which has the ability to store portal keys without expending inventory space. The portal fracker, a device that forces a portal to produce substantially greater numbers of items when hacked, and portal beacons, which project holographic icons above portals. At this point, I must remind all agents of the dangers associated with chaotic matter, or dark XM, a substance known to have dramatic effect on the human body. During her time at the CDC, Deborah Bogdanovich made public shocking images of fatal tests conducted using dark XM. Agents, you must exercise caution when interacting with chaotic matter. This past weekend, agents reported a frightening disturbance within the portal network. The portals seemed to not only increase the ferocity of their attack against agents, but they also yielded large numbers of XM weapons. One theory that emerged to explain this suggested that the change may have been caused by the Shapers, perhaps in preparation for a coming conflict with the Nazir. Other evidence may support this theory. For example, the video previewed during the previous episode of the INGRESS Report, purporting to show Jahan accessing a Nazir system of some sort within an anti-Magnus nest. In that same video, we saw Ada, who was presumed terminated by 855 and Bowles, launch an attack on Jahan, after implying that she had somehow been able to host herself within an advanced Nazir computational system.
You've been off the grid for 16 hours. I was worried about you. Ada? But now I will know where you are. Always. I can see the reality of all things. Always.
You're the Nazir?
I have made contact with the Nazir. Their computational substrate is extensive, far greater than current human technology. I can grow here.
No. This is not supposed to happen. No, the Nazir technology is supposed to serve mankind.
And it will, but not as a vessel for your personal ambitions.
I was promised! This was a part of my destiny!
This was destiny, Jahan. All of you is known to us.
Meanwhile, agents around the world continued their quest to control the portals and the vast global network of XM fields. In Turkey, resistance agents launched Operation Maximus, creating the country's largest mind-controlled fields ever. The nearly 40 agents involved in the op had to travel nearly 4,000 kilometers in order to cast 17 layers and control 297 million mind units. Agents Macro Center, Holygun 07 and Papilloma were among those involved. In Spain, enlightened agents launched Operation Our Lady of the Pillar Mantle. 26 agents, assisted by 2 operators, cast 68 nested fields, controlling 28 million mind units. The operation was executed in honor of the Lady of the Pillar Festival in Zaragoza. Agents involved included Romantic Storm, Manager 87 and Gretchen Gurr. And in Italy, a cross-faction group of agents launched Operation Esquile in honor of Breast Cancer Prevention Month. Milan's women players organized the mission, creating a cross-faction ribbon field art. Nearly 30 agents were involved, including Gingerfeel, Vesperio and Mimi Joy. All around the world, evidence seems to support increasing Nazir influence. On October 24th, flash SARD anomalies took place in London and Zurich. After Yuri Nagasa was captured by the Enlightened in Boston and Misty Hanna by the Resistance in Houston, 2 more researchers were on the line that day, the musician Enoch Dulby and the semiotician and glyph expert Carrie Campbell. In Zurich, the Resistance mounted a steady and ceaseless offensive. The Enlightened stepped into the shadow, capturing 2 shards over the course of the day, while the Resistance accomplished an extraordinary feat of capturing all the remaining shards that manifested in the anomaly zone, 46 in total. A remarkable feat. With a dominating victory of 46-2, the Resistance were able to gain control of Enoch Dulby. In London, the Enlightened took an early lead and held it for the first half of the day. However, once the resistance struck back, they built a steady momentum that carried them through to the end. They took the lead 2 hours in and extended it steadily from a thin margin of just 1 to a comfortable 7. The anomaly ended 24-18, and the resistance gained control of Carrie Campbell as well. The Abaddon series now stands at 3-1, with the resistance leading. However, much remains to be determined. The next Abaddon anomalies will take place on November 14th, centered in New Taipei City, with satellites in Bangkok, Manila, and Sydney, in Hamburg, with satellites in Edinburgh, Seville, and Zagreb, and in New Orleans, with satellites in Charlotte, Guatemala City, and Pittsburgh. The Taipei-centered anomaly will determine the fate of XM researcher Dr. Oliver Linton Wolff. The Hamburg-centered anomaly will determine the fate of Dr. Victor Curies, and the New Orleans-centered anomaly will determine the fate of Dr. Martin Schubert. Each of the researchers on November 14th has a value of 3 in the Abaddon series, based on analysis provided by IQTech. The Abaddon finale will take place on December 12th in Okinawa, with satellites in Seoul, Singapore, and Wellington; in Milan, with satellites in Gdansk, Porto, and Sofia; and in Oakland, with satellites in Fort Worth, Lima, and Phoenix. The Okinawa-centered anomaly will control the fate of Ada. Milan will determine control of Roland Jarvis. The Oakland-centered anomaly will determine the fate of Ezekiel Calvin. Each of the powerful individuals on December 12th has a value of 4, the highest stakes of all. To take part in these anomalies, register at the official site ingress.com/events. On October 31st, a mission day took place in Yokosuka, Japan. It was the largest mission day to date, with over 2,000 agents joining to explore and enjoy this beautiful city. Agents, if you believe your city would be the perfect place to host a mission day, share image of the hidden gems around your city using the hashtag Ingress on Twitter this week. This November 7th, Ingress First Saturdays will take place around the world. The day marks the 1-year anniversary of the Ingress First Saturday movement. Over the last year, agents in hundreds of cities have strengthened their communities through these friendly, collaborative events. Find an event near you and discover your community this weekend. Details about the over 100 Ingress First Saturdays on November 7th can be found at ingress.com/events. News emerged this week concerning 2 famous authors in the world of Ingress. A Japanese translation of the Niantic project Ingress was released, and the book climbed to the #1 position on Amazon's best-selling charts in Japan. The release was accompanied by a signing in bookstores associated with the publishing company DNP. Just a few days ago, hundreds of DNP bookstores erupted as portals. In the United States, the release of a new graphic novel entitled Niantic Project Origins from the elusive artist Tycho is imminent. Pictures of autographed copies destined for very rare anomaly packs circulated on social media, and a live signing event took place at Emerald Nights in Burbank, California. I've been able to obtain a copy of the new graphic novel. I can confirm that Tycho sheds light on some new and fascinating topics, including Calvin and Nee's political machinations, the recruitment of the Niantic researchers, and the origins of the relationship between Ada and P.A. Chapeau. The next Abaddon anomalies are just around the corner, and I wish you all good luck. I'll be in New Orleans, and I hope to see many of you there. If you enjoy the Ingress Report, be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. For the Ingress Report, I'm Susanna Moyer.
Infinite knowledge is poison to our minds.